Hi everyone, and welcome back to Toys Equals Midlife Crisis Squared, the channel which some people seem to be clicking dislike on but not wanting to say what it is about the video they don't like. Kind of discouraging. But anyway, so I'm going to now be reviewing the Stuart Outback Selkirk figure, the Target elusive figure that has caused so much contention in recent weeks because of all the cancellations that people were receiving. Now, I got this largely because Hasbro had sent an email saying, oh, guess what? We have this available now. Do you want it? And I was like, well, with all the trouble people have been having, hey, why not? We'll go ahead and do it. But as it turns out, my version is a version B figure. And all the reviewers I've seen of people who've been receiving theirs either from overseas or from Target have been a version A figure. And again, for those who are curious, that is a, you can always tell on the bottom of the box nearest to the UPC. I don't know that this is going to show up well on camera. Could try. But there's a number right there that is C3565B, and a lot of people theirs is a version A figure, and what that is, it's a manufacturing hub in China. They're all made in China, but clearly one manufacturing hub is generally better than the other. One uses different plastics that has different weights. Even I remarked as I was watching somebody's review last night that theirs, the pants seemed like it was a lighter green. The tiger emblem on theirs had larger, wider eyes than on mine. It's bizarre. So we're going to get into it.
Box DVD video. Get into it. Get into it.
All right, so here he is now out of the package with all of his accessories. All right, so you get the massive backpack, hunting knife, shovel or trowel, flashlight, rubbery magazine, because I'll explain that in a second, the rubbery gun, and the not so rubbery pistol. Now this is absolutely ridiculous. This clip here is like so bendy. It's just what piece of rubber. And sadly the gun is very super rubbery, and we've seen that complaint across the board. In fact, even looking at mine, it looks like it's bent. It looks like it's warped a little bit. Oh well, I probably won't even have him use that gun in the long run. But the effort is nice, of course. I mean, you've got this. I like how they add this wrapping, even though again my gun looks warped. Add this wrapping to it, and a lot of people have speculated that it helps in getting a better grip, but I think it might also be that because he's supposed to be in the jungle, that you sweat and there's a lot of humidity, that a gun could possibly slip out of your hands, and that maybe using this tape makes it gives you a better grip on the weapon than it would be if, like, maybe if he was a urban situation, you wouldn't want that tape grip. So let's look at a couple of details on this guy. Again, hold on a second. I'm going to do a little movie magic pausing. All right, I've switched to attaching this microphone to my shirt, and I think that part of the problem of doing that is it creates mic noise, and I'll apologize in advance if that's the case. Maybe soon I'll invest in a microphone that is just pinches to the shirt. But this is the only way I can that I can actually see what's going on here, because I need both hands. Anyway, I'm not sure you could see this. I'm going to try to point it out that of other people I've seen, the whites on the tiger's eyes are smaller on mine, to where this black spot is bigger, and it makes it confusing as to which one is the eyes of the tiger. It should be the whites, but the black is more prominent, so it makes it seem like it's a little different. So I'm not sure. It should have been the exact same design, just a little decal that they put on, but somehow it either stretched or is different somehow, or maybe it goes in layers, like in different, like you've got a black one and then you put the white one on top of it. Maybe it's not just one big sticker. One other thing to note is the painted sleeves here are of a lighter orange than the actual shirt, which is, you know, weird. And looking at it in high light like this, does seem like this green is a little darker than what I've seen in other people's videos, and his skin tone, his entire look looks a little bit lighter than what I've seen in other people. It seems like a lot of the reviews I've seen, his face has been darker somehow. Maybe that they added different, I don't know, different paint apps. I'm not sure, but yeah, these buckles are, you know, they're interesting. In fact, when I saw mine, this thing was crooked like that. I was like, oh my god, it's warped. But no, if you pull it down, it all works out. It makes the holes line up, and it's reasonably good detail. I like it. And he's supposed to have hair on his arms, but I mean, even under this lighting, I'm not sure if you're able to actually see it or not. I don't think I can zoom in much on this lens. I'm thinking of switching to a macro lens just to see, and I might just do that. But yeah, there's hair there. We'll get some kind of a little mark there too. Paint apps, for the most part, seem to be okay on this figure. They were able to at least get the eyebrows and didn't miss. Yeah, not too terribly bad for Beeline. But we all know that this guy feels awfully light. So I'm pretty sure that if I had an A version, I bet you the A version will weigh more than this. That's generally been the case. Anyway, I'm going to load him up. It occurs to me that I might just be able to show you instead of doing it off camera. So the light, and they did put kind of a reflective plastic in there, which that's kind of interesting. That will fit in here as it did on the original figure, but obviously it's loose because it has to fit on this big fat thigh or it won't stay put, which is a little annoying. His pistol goes in the pistol place, and knife. I'm wondering if I shouldn't paint it. Oh my god, that's so bendy. Ugh, good lord. Alright, and the rubber clip goes in the rubber gun. Oh jeez, oh lord. Ugh, I hope that's not the future of GIJoe Classified. And the rubber trowel here, oh boy, that's gonna fit on these square pegs, as will the gun's square trigger port. Also will do that. Now this will obviously get in the way if you store it in that manner, so you probably would have to do it here, and it'll just make that kind of stick out. And then you just kind of line up the peg, and voila, and you just pull this down to make it stand a lot better. And well, there he is, loaded out. And I'm going to do some quick comparisons because I suspect, though I'm not sure, that I think these legs are Sergeant Slaughter's. Alright, in the first comparison, we're going to do Sergeant Slaughter versus Sergeant Stalker. And yes, confirmed, the legs here, at least from here down to the boot, are exactly the same. So they are borrowing at least that. The torso part, of course, is going to be different. The arms are obviously different. The head obviously different. But as far as the legs go, those definitely compare. No borrowed parts against Stalker. So Stalker is just Stalker. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be utilizing this body kit soon enough. In fact, you're going to see it soon on the retro card Snake Eyes. Hey, what if Outback steals the air chariot? That's what happens when Serpenter leaves his air chariot sitting all alone in the jungle. Folks gonna take it. I mean, what? There's a key to the ignition? So how about a little 360 action? See how he does here. You can see rotating around, how he's loaded out, how he's going to appear on your shelf, more or less. It's definitely interesting. Can't wait to put him in some outdoor photography. I've got some good shots lined up, but it's raining outside, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to get these shots done. But guess what? If you're watching this video, that means I did it. Predicting the future right here on my channel. Well, I opted to customize my Outback, or at least this Outback. Since I have the original version on pre-order and I'll have that next year, I figured why not be creative with this particular guy. So I outfitted him with the Riot Gear, Valaverse Riot Gear chest pack, or vest, with the pistol and sidearm. And I've swapped out his knife with the spare knife that came with, well, I say spare knife, but it's the knife that came with Kamakura, since it doesn't have a sheath to put in. Now it does. But he keeps the glasses, because he of course also has another knife in the back. He's got knifed in the back. But anyway, I like him like this. He kind of reminds me of an old version of Solid Snake. And also, I've kind of ditched the rubber gun, and I've created like a different kind of a version of it. Recreated it using Valaverse gun that I clipped in the back, and I used kind of some old telephone wire and some cloth to give it another kind of a band. Cut off the suppressor, but put a little hole in it so I can use blast effects. And yeah, the strap is a little bigger than I would have wanted, but you know, in the end, why not? Here, I'll show you. It's a little weird looking, but I think in the end, it works out quite well, I think. Yeah, I can picture him huffing it into the jungle with his new gun. Anyway, that'll do it for Mr. Outback, and we'll see this particular character again next year.